Hello, YouTubers and love subscribers. I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful evening. I am back. I'm having a bad hairy day, makeup day, all of that. Kara's having a bad day. But guess what? I'm going to come on here and give you guys a little bit more information that I found out and just kind of tell you my thoughts and feelings on this new information. I want to thank all my subscribers. Thank you for liking and sharing. Don't forget to leave a comment. I love comments. It's the best thing ever. And let's get started. I want to first talk about Fergie. I get it. Fergie is not supposed to go. Fergie is not married to Andrew anymore. And she is still family, but she's not going to this event. This event is not for Fergie. Fergie is not in the family in the sense of her would be attending the coronation. You guys have shared that information with me, and it is a state event. And not everybody is getting an invitation. And she will, however, be invited to the concerts and different other things that's going on, which I think is awesome. So, way to go, Fergie. She's got her a spot. Let's see, did I miss anything? Okay, let's get started. King Charles. Okay, so here we go. The coronation is coming up soon. I am getting ready to go get my nails done next week. I got my dress. Let me show you now. Okay. So here's the dress that I'm thinking about wearing when we do our, live session. And I was just looking at a pair of shoes I was going to wear. And I have a closet full of shoes, so that's not going to be a problem. But that's my dress, and then I'm going to fix up my nails. And then I was thinking about us going live. So that's the plan. And even if it's just 10 of us, hey, we'll toast to the new king. And I'm thinking like a day before the coronation, or, you guys let me know what you think. If it's something that you even want to do. But I kind of want to celebrate with you guys. And that would be my way of celebrating. Okay, so we hope Charles bring it. Now, I was on River's page earlier. And I just got a glimpse of it. So I got to go back later and kind of get what he was saying. But the glam. I hope Great Britain brings it. You guys need to bring it. Charles needs to bring it. Glam it up, I know it is going to be, because he's going to be riding in this coach that is gold, I believe. That's going to be something to see. And guess what? Oh God. Prince George is in the news, and it's all good about his debut, getting ready for his grandfather, King Charles's coronation. It's so, you can feel the excitement happening, especially next week. It's really going to be a bombshell. But right before, they're going to start, what they're doing right now is bringing up all Harry and Meghan's shenanigans and wrongdoings and stuff like that, because now everybody wants to know. They want to know what happened, what's going on, because the coronation is here. So now that the coronation is here, people that don't know are like, what's going on with Harry and William? What's going on with William and Camilla since that debacle in his book? What's going on with Meghan? Is Meghan going to the coronation or not? And why isn't she going? All these speculations as to why. But we have our own. And I believe that we're closer to the truth than those that are just coming in, looking in on the outside. So right now, this would have been a good time for Meghan to build her popularity and to show some type of solidarity or some type of forgiveness or some type of reconciliation, or that it was going that she was sorry. I say her because she owes the king an apology for everything that they have done. And so, since we're not getting that and she's not going to the coronation, I don't see her having that good of a press. And you can't say that staying home to little Archie's birthday is the reason why you should miss King Charles's coronation. And if anybody is thinking like, well, how I'm thinking in America, and because the Great Britain has already formed their opinion about Meghan, thanks to her. And America is too. That's why our popularity is so bad. But there's still these questions. And so her not going to the coronation, it's not going to be good press around that for her. Because why are you not going to support your husband, even if you're not going to support the king? That's first and foremost. And then why are you not going when you helped start the fire? And it looks like she's sending Harry over there by himself to face the raft. And people looking in from the outside, if I wasn't tuning in, that's what I would think. I'd be like, wow, why is she going over there by herself? Why would she not take the kids? All this stuff would be coming up in my mind. And so that's why she's having to answer these questions as to why wouldn't you take the kids over there to see King Charles and the rest of the family. And so now she's on page 6 and 9 and 10 in People magazine telling them that, oh, they're going to have a relationship. And she's sending pictures and videos. And Meghan's plan is to make sure that the kids have a relationship with King Charles. Yep, but for her purposes only, as I talked about in my earlier video. Recap real quick. That Meghan called him racist on the Oprah show. And then she said that was the worst thing you could do because she compared Kate's Waity Katie to her being felt racism in the royal family. That's the worst thing that you could ever do to someone. But she'll let King Charles see the kids, but she won't let her dad see the kids. And what did he do that was so horrible? Because you got to base it on Meghan's horrible ability, but she thinks is wrong. No, yes, PR team is on the prowl, but they just continue to keep getting it wrong, and they will continue. Because I don't see that being something like, oh, I'll go with my mom's this weekend. I'll say, oh, Mom, so she's not going to the coronation. What do you think about that? And so my mom will go into all that and say, well, do she like them? Didn't she say they was racist? And that's what everybody is saying. And that's what TMZ said. And that's what everyone is saying. She doesn't like the royal family. Look how bad they treated her, according to Oprah and the rest of it. And so on and so on. So no, it's something in it for Meghan, and that's why she's trying to continue to try to stay relevant and say, oh, no, we're going to have a relationship with the king for sure. The kids will. Meghan's been lying since she stepped up into the royal family. And she continues to contradict and do things that she's not doing. She says she's doing it, but she's not doing it. Is she supporting the queen? Was she ever supporting the queen? No. When they came over here, and like Piers Morgan said, I don't want to hear anything else about a privacy tour, because they don't want privacy. Let's talk about Harry's book for a second. Spare. Because that's what's coming up in the news, is his book and how he just talked about every family member in his family and didn't say not one nice thing about them. The only nice thing he had to say was about Meghan and what Meghan was, how great she was and how wonderful she was and is. Because she made sure of that. But she also helped him write the book. You can't tell me they wasn't at the kitchen table at night while the kids were asleep and they were sitting there contemplating on what to read. Or are you trying to tell me Meghan was back there breastfeeding, back in the room breastfeeding, and not at the kitchen table helping Harry write the book Spare? Because once again, in the news, you hear about Meghan's disappointment about Spare and Chris Rock and about South Park, how they portrayed her, how they portrayed her after Spare. So she's been pissed off and angry about that. But she's blaming Harry. We got that, right? You know that. Let's just rehearse that. Because it's Harry's fault. He's in the crossfire. He wrote the book. He signed off on it. He is the one that did the interviews. He's the one that said it. He's the one that read it. No. I was watching a channel today, and just like I said, all these news stories are coming out about Meghan, and they're doing a recap of what happened. They're starting from the wedding all the way down. But they're getting the story twisted a bit, because she said that Meghan is all pissed off and mad about the book and, about the backlash from the book. Well, yeah, she probably is, but it's her fault. And it made it almost seem like she didn't have anything to do with it. And it was all Harry. And you can't tell me that that's not what she wants. She wants us to believe she had nothing to do with the book at all whatsoever. And that it was all Harry. And he's the one that needs to go to Great Britain and fill the people. He's the one that's done all this. He's the one that went on the campaign and interviewed and all that. It's all Harry's. No, it's Meghan's. Harry wasn't writing a book before Meghan, was he? Did he have a memoir called Spare in his repertoire before he met her? That's why Harry is guilty as all get out, because he betrayed the worst because they trusted him the most. And Harry did something that William will never, he will always have that scar. William will forever feel betrayed and forever have this total upsetness towards his brother, even if one day they reconcile. And he has a reason to, because Harry allowed this Jezebel to sit at the kitchen table and encourage him to write that crap. And let me tell you something. When William said, "Don't tell your wife," he was telling her that so this wouldn't happen. Spare. And so we're talking about it because they're talking about it in the news. And Meghan's upset about it. And Harry, I heard as well, is upset about the backlash from the book Spare. Let's start with Harry. You didn't know? Harry, you didn't know that talking about your sister-in-law boobs and talking about your brother's penis and yours, and talking about your father, and talking about how Camilla is the Wicked Witch of the West. And then you started talking about, he started talking about other women in his book. And then he even brought up his lover that she said that was like 1 billion years older than him. And she was 15 minutes older than Harry. But then he gets ready to write this book, and he embellishes the truth. He embellishes the truth. Because when the girl got, I forgot her name, I do apologize. The people that he's talking about is because the lover, Harry's lover, Sasha, that's her name, Sasha, said, well, Harry dug her up, and now she had to come out and speak out for herself. Thanks to Harry. And you know that embarrassed Meghan. Ooh. What did she think was going to happen when she told him to write that? She signed off on it. Go to Real Housewives of Recap. She has got it going on. I hope I don't forget what I said, because, sometimes I forget. She had some clips. She had something on there yesterday. Yesterday, she had a whole cartoon. It was so, awesome. And today, she had pictures showing how, a whole skit of how Meghan pushes Harry around, and I was like, how she guides and leads. And I was telling you about that. No, go on there today. I'm gonna post it. I promise you I'm gonna post it, because it was just so good how she controlled him, how you see her in the kingdom, in the UK, controlling Harry, pushing him, moving him. It's embarrassing to see it. It's embarrassing. I don't know what that is. It is embarrassing to see Harry be treated like a 2-year-old, and he used to be a prince. That ain't sexy. Thank you, Real Housewives of Recap. Thank you for that. So, I forgot what I was talking about, but my point is that Harry's getting a whooping for this book. And not only is Harry getting a whooping from everyone, but so from the person that told him to write it. And now she's going to blame him. And that's where the friction is, the blaming. Because that's all Meghan does in all her stories, is find a way to make it be someone else's fault, and she's the victim. And so right now, Harry is probably, I'm sure, getting a break, number one. But he's also afraid that he's going to lose her, because he's still under the spell. He's still doing stupid stuff and listening to her and allowing himself to be used and treated like a dum-dum. Dum-diddy-dum-dum-dum. Dum-diddy-dum-dum-dum. Dum-diddy-dum-dum, Harry. Stop letting her treat you like you don't have a spine. And this is not just because he's going home doesn't make him like this hero. No, it just makes him like, okay, good for you. But it wasn't without controversy. It wasn't without demands. It wasn't without all of this backyard stuff. And Meghan didn't go because she was going to be in the back. Period. She did not want to be treated like she was treated at the Jubilee. She didn't have a choice at the funeral. She didn't have a choice. She just had to do what she just suck it up. Be behind the candle or whatever. But at the Jubilee, whatever. She's not doing that no more. And that's what she told them. She says, King Charles and courtiers, you let King Charles know that I am not sitting on the back of the bus. And if he can't give me any of those things, I am not going, and neither are the kids. And that's what happened. She made it about herself. She did. And now she's trying to pretend like she didn't. And I do believe that she didn't want to be booed. But if she was going to be booed, at least she was going to be in the front. That's what I would have said. So there's a big fallout over there. And I foresee, honestly, the relationship, they're just living together, if they are even. I don't know if I don't know where Harry is. All I do know is that they're not, that love story that we saw is over. And that wasn't even a love story. That was a fake story that Meghan keep making up and changing it every time it suits her. Let me pause it because I wanna move on. Guys, remember when we thought Harry was removing pages from Spare? They were coming out saying Harry was regretting the book, and maybe this was after Queen Elizabeth's funeral. Harry came back, and you was hearing stories about him removing pages or not even putting the book out at all. Come to find out, Harry took the book back because I believe Meghan said we need to add this. And I believe Meghan added the span because, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe, and I think I read it because I went through it really quick, his Spare book, that there was an issue with them not wanting Meghan there. I thought I heard Harry say that. They didn't want Meghan there, so there was an issue, or they left him and he didn't catch the plane on time. Something happened. Come to find out, it was a big issue. And you could tell the news was hot. Why didn't Harry make it there on time, period? She was holding him up, making everything about her, which is rude. Because if you think of it, the root of all their issues is Meghan. And so at this, you go to this event, she's making a fuss about everything. The Africa event, she made it. The garden party was about her. When she's sitting there talking to Harry, she's grabbing his arm and making him do stuff he don't want to do. I mean, Meghan is a trip, but she made the funeral thing. She made Queen Elizabeth's funeral moment about herself instead of just saying, you know what, Harry, because this is what a real woman, real. Honey, you go ahead. I will catch you. I will catch up. I will catch up. Don't wait for me. I do not need, no, I get it. You need to go and be with your grandmother, and I will catch up. I will catch the next plane out. You don't have much time. You have moments. And I would have never thought that she would have been wanting me to see. I wouldn't have thought that Queen Elizabeth wanted to see me, the wife of Harry. I mean, okay. No, I don't care. If it was my husband, I was like, honey, listen, go now, because you will miss it, and me and Carol will hold you up, and I don't want you to miss it, period. That's how that would have went. But no, that's how I put the blame on Meghan on that one as well, because she makes it about her. And then Charles, why didn't Charles make an executive decision and tell Harry, listen, I don't care. She is not coming to see Elizabeth and sit next to her bedside filming or doing anything stupid, because that's what you guys have been doing. And so guess what? You won't get to come. You either come without her or you won't get to see her. And Kate would have saw her, period. Because Kate had nothing to do with Meghan and Harry. That was her moment. So there's a lot of blame to go around, Charles. And what's interesting is that when I say that, I love when my Great Britain family explains it to me, because I could be wrong. Because to me, that would be like how it would look if Catherine got to see her and Meghan didn't. It wouldn't have looked any kind of way. It would have just looked like she didn't get to see her. Okay, let's move on from that. I really do. I really feel like Harry's going through hell. And I think the only regret he has for his book is, first and foremost, Meghan. That she's unhappy. Because he wrote the book. It's his book. It's everything about him. And if she's pissed off about it, then why would he be happy about it? Because his wife isn't. She's upset. She's depressed. She's sad. She's going through. It's his book. But you're not pissed off, Meghan, at the Netflix series and that you finna go to court with your sister? Couldn't Harry be mad at you for that? Couldn't Harry be like, you know what? Why are you pointing the finger? Because I know she is. What about you and your sister? You haven't settled that? Oh, it would be on. Because Meghan's over there blaming him. Oh, Jesus, bless Harry. Harry is getting it. He getting a whooping for that book. And his whooping is coming from Meghan. And then his family. Because I know when Harry was writing that book, he said, this will be the end of me. But he should have turned around and looked over there at her and said, I'm doing this for you. I believe Harry's going to have to write a new book about where he was these years. And unfortunately, hopefully, he's there at the coronation, like mentally, that he can really enjoy it as much as he can. And you know what? Not that listen, Harry's a bad, bad boy. And by no means am I giving him any credit, any pat on the back, but he is the same thing she's done, but he's worse because he had control. He could have stopped this. He could have made a decision not to put his life and his families and his countries through this with this woman. She started controlling him immediately. And the Real Housewives of a recap, lets us know the control, how it started when it began and how it is still going on. Harry is her puppet. Angela calls him, she's brainwashed by Meghan. He's brainwashed by Meghan, and he's been left out to dry. Angela's seeing it. It's on its way to happen. Meghan is going to let him go. She thinks all this is Harry's fault. Yep. She thinks all this is Harry's fault. It's not her. And, here's another subject. Let's move on. Oh God, I just missed it. She didn't want to take the limelight. She said it. I'm not saying how she said it. She used another stupid word. But, because Kinsley told us, Meghan said she didn't want to take away from the coordination. That's pretty much what she said. That's what she's saying to people in page 6. That she did not, or inside, she did not want to take away from the coordination. I mean, it's just hilarious that this is what I'm hearing, because I feel like she's blaming again. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm taking away from the king, so I'm not gonna go. And besides Archie's birthday, that was what the two reasons. That she didn't want to, she didn't say distract, which is the word she should have used. I don't want to be a distraction. That's the word. And maybe she used it and I didn't catch it, but the word Kinsley used sounded like she didn't want to take the limelight away, be accused of taking the limelight away from Charles. No, Meghan is blaming that people are going to think that, and she doesn't want to do that. Instead of just saying, I don't want to. I do not want to be a distraction for what is supposed to be one of the most important moments in history. And I think I would be doing a disservice if I attended. Like something like that. No, she doesn't have a real good PR team. I don't know who the hell is over there. They are lost in space. And it's just interesting that her conversations, even through the media, when she wants us to know something, it's about her. It's about her feelings and how it looks and stuff like that. Oh, she's going to do Archie's birthday. Nope, you didn't get what you wanted. So you're staying here. Okay. But you can't tell us that. And then, not only are you doing that, just what I previously said. Let me see if I'm at the end, guys. I know I'm 30 minutes in. I think I mentioned this. Harry's concerned about all his relationships. First and foremost, Meghan's. And then his father's, probably William's. He knows that that relationship is over. And that any reconciliation will probably have to be when it would never be. Not until Meghan. Not until Meghan. Because I don't think that William would even talk to him knowing that he's still with her. Just because he doesn't trust his brother. And he said things that he should have never mentioned. And then he still has more. Let's see if Harry and Meghan keep doing this. Because according to everyone, page 6 and people, Meghan hasn't got the memo. She's blaming Harry. She thinks this is all Harry's fault from the book. That's what the journalist said. It's recapping all this. I said, it's not just about the book. It's about what she said on the Oprah show. Let's be real. Bring it home. Bring it home. It's going to be interesting how they tell the story leading up to the coronation, because they're doing it. They're talking about Meghan. They're talking about her in a sense. Why didn't she go? What's going on? And all of this other stuff. And you form your own opinion. I formed mine. I have. You can just, she's predictable in a sense. She's very, very quiet. And someone has told her to do that. I believe her PR team told her to be quiet. But this is interesting to me, is that she helped Harry destroy his relationships. No, yep. She guided, leaded, brainwashed, helped. She showed him the way. Remember when Harry said that she opened his eyes? So, okay, Meghan opened his eyes and helped him kill every relationship with his father, with his brother William. That relationship is not repairable. And so guess how we, America's, going to be talking about reconciliation. And maybe Harry is going to get with William and they're going to have a moment. And all of this other stuff. Yeah, I missed that memo. I just don't see that. As much as William would love to forgive his brother and be with his brother, he doesn't trust his brother. And what he's not going to do is allow Harry to hurt his wife again. And so I really don't see William all pissed off about the fight. I think William's pissed off about that racist comment. And the fact that Harry thought that he could talk about his wife in a book. And he got the permission from his own daughter-bird wife, Meghan. Because Meghan puts her 2 cents in there about the lip gloss and Charlotte's dress and Meghan's experience. If it's his memoir, why is it Meghan's experience? What does that chapter say? Meghan? I mean, when you get to the back of the book, Harry talks about Meghan all through it. Meghan this, how they did this to her, and Kate was mean to her. Kate was so mean to Meghan. And jarring. No. No. Meghan ain't got caught up in her lies. I really do believe that. I think she done got caught up in her lies. And then I'm gonna go. Her sister Samantha is now able to, I heard this on Sue's station, that Samantha is going to be able to use the Netflix show. She's already submitted it. She submitted her deposition, her extra information. This is the not so lawyer crowd. Don't know lawyer stuff, but going to give you bits and pieces, and hopefully we get there. No. Samantha has refiled. Her father is going to be testifying on her behalf. And they are trying to get these two to do a deposition, come before the judge. That's going to be interesting to see. And see, here's the deal. It's still there. The drama behind what Meghan said about her sister on the Oprah show, Finding Freedom, and the Netflix show. But she's squeaky clean. No, there's no squeaky clean. That's why her popularity is shot. That's why Chris Rock just went in. No, he said, ooh, that hurt, that stung. She knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly who she was marrying. She was not confused. And she had herself wrapped up into like a potato next to him on that couch, that interview thing she was talking about, interrupting him then. Interrupted his conversation. He was talking. He's a grown man. He know what to say and not what to say. It is disgusting how she treats Harry and that he doesn't have a say. Harry doesn't have a... I don't know how Harry went. I believe she gave him permission and said, you go. Because if you don't go, it would really look bad. But I can't... There is no happy-go-luckiness over there. I think I'm done. You know, hey guys, if you were sitting in my living room, me and you would be having a one-on-one conversation. And I would love to like shut up and be like, what? What did you say? What did you say? That's where the comments come in at. Put the comments in there. And when I respond back, I'm really giving you like me. I am. Love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. When the question is, will she ever be able to turn this around? Is she ever going to turn it around? Is she going to start making the right decisions and not based on what's best for her, but what's best for everyone instead of always looking at herself? And even when she says she's not, she still is. What you look like, your brand, and you, the TIG, the memoir, all the stuff she's gonna do again. It's all about Meghan. But like, this was interesting. The journalist said, what will Harry do? Meghan's starting to get back into her TIG and all. What do you mean she's starting to get back into something? Yeah. She never stopped. Meghan has not ever stopped thinking about herself and thinking about what's best for her and what she wants to do and what's going on in her life. But those around her stop, like Harry's. All he has is spare. Part 1, part 2, and part 3.